8BitDo is a company who makes what are probably some of the best third-party controllers for the Switch. From the SN30 to the SN30 Pro Plus, you're gonna have a hard time finding a better option other than the official Nintendo Switch Pro controller. So when they put out something off the wall like this, it's hard not to be curious. This is the 8BitDo Lite gamepad. What's happening, guys? Thanks so much for stopping by. Please leave a like on this video, and if you're not already, feel free to subscribe. So the 8BitDo Lite gamepad, as you can probably already tell, is inspired by the Switch Lite. You've got the yellow version here, but they also have it in the turquoise color, which looks really good. And I'm not gonna lie, seeing this yellow in person really is making me question my decision to get a gray Switch Lite. I think I'm gonna have to figure out how to trade my gray one in for a yellow, because after seeing this color in person, I think I made a mistake. The Lite gamepad is an ultra-portable, lightweight controller option designed specifically for 2D gaming. And when I say portable, I mean portable. This thing is small. Check this out. You can fit the Switch Lite and the controller just in this sleeve. Pretty much no problem. Should you be doing that? Probably not. But the point is, it's small. Bringing this thing along with you in your bag isn't going to be a problem at all. It's got a 480 milliamp hour battery built in, and they claim it lasts about 18 hours. I personally have not tested this, but I'm going to go ahead and take their word for it. USB-C charging, just like everything else they put out, and it's compatible with the Switch, Switch Lite, PC, and Raspberry Pi. Now for the reason you probably clicked on this video. This thing's got two D-pads. It's got the same general layout as a set of Joy-Cons or a Pro controller, but they've just taken the analog sticks out and replaced them with D-pads. On top of that, they still have the up, down, left, right directional buttons just in case. But the real reason they still have these directional buttons along with the D-pads, I'm guessing, is so it has the same inputs as a Pro controller or a set of Joy-Cons. Other than the D-pads, it's pretty standard. You've got your A, B, X, Y buttons up here. You've got plus and minus. You've got the home button, you've got the capture button. Then on the top, you've got R and L right where you would think they'd be. And instead of having R2 and L2 in the back trigger position, to keep the slim profile, they've moved those to the inside right here. Not really my favorite place to have them, but if we're being honest, this thing's designed for 2D games. And I don't really know of a lot of 2D games that take the L2 and R2 inputs. If you know any I'm not thinking of, leave them in the comments below. So right now you might be saying to yourself, yeah, it's got all those buttons, but it's got no stick clicks. But it does. And honestly, I was really surprised by that. The way it works is you actually push down the entire D-pad, and it'll register that as an L3 or R3 input, depending on which one you hit. It's not the best method in the world, in my opinion, but it definitely gets the job done. So essentially, if you really wanted to use a controller and just had this, it would work for any game. It is a fully functional controller, but there are a few things to keep in mind. The first thing, and probably the biggest thing to remember, is these are D-pads, not analog stick. So things like walking slowly in Mario Odyssey or Breath of the Wild, that's not gonna happen. You're either gonna be running full speed or not moving at all, which honestly seemed to work fine. A few other things to keep in mind is this controller has no gyro and no rumble. But for 25 bucks, and considering what this thing's intended for, I don't see those as big issues at all. So just holding it in your hand, all the buttons feel really good. I do like the way the D-pads feel. I said I like the one on the Switch Lite a lot, but I think I actually like these better. Although it is kind of strange to push them down for a stick click. But again, it's not really intended for that, so it's kind of a bonus that it even does it at all. The buttons feel like they're somewhere between the Switch Lite and the Joy-Con. I wouldn't say they're as clicky as the Joy-Cons, but they're definitely not as squishy as the Switch Lite. If I had to lean one way or the other, I'd say they're probably closer to the Joy-Cons. They're not that clicky, but it gives you something to kind of compare it to. One other thing I wanted to mention about the size, I feel like I have normal size hands, and it works fine for me, but if you're somebody who has really large hands, this thing might be too small for you. So definitely keep that in mind when you're thinking about picking this one up. Overall, when you consider the price and the quality of this controller, I think it's great. Obviously, having just the D-pads is going to turn some people away, but if you're still watching this video at this point, probably not going to be that big of an issue for you. So I think if you're looking for a controller specifically for 2D games, or just a lightweight option to keep in your bag that also matches your Switch Lite, the Lite gamepad is a good option to consider. And that's going to do it for this one, guys. Make sure you leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're not already, and as always, thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.